continue our education. Thank you.
We're going to break into committees and reconvene for an open mic. I'd like to emphasize that this space is for concise announcements, so please limit yourselves to brief announcements, and later we'll have an open mic where everyone can express themselves and make music. That was beautiful. Yeah.
Also, mic check.
Mic check.
We are going to start using the human mic. Because the speakers are not powerful enough to reach a crowd of this size. And that's great.
Everybody.
Excuse me. Hi, everybody.
My name is Nathan Brown. I'm an assistant professor in the English. As many of you know, I wrote the open letter on Friday calling for the resignation of Chancellor Katehi. I see that Chancellor Katehi is directly left of the stage right now. So I'd like to speak to Chancellor Katehi very briefly about the rhetoric that she's been using since what happened on Friday. What we see in the Chancellor's statements are the same techniques of backpedaling and obfuscation that are used by the powers that be every time there is an act of police violence in this country. Her efforts are transparent. They are efforts to defer and displace criticism. They are efforts to defer and displace calls for her resignation. Those calls now number in the tens of thousands. On our campus for administrators who order the use of force against peaceful protesters. I want to say briefly to wrap up that what will depose this authoritarian administrator is not letters or petitions. It is your direct action on this campus. That direct action must continue until the Chancellor resigns. The Chancellor has said that it is not appropriate for her to resign at this time. We know that the Chancellor is not a very good judge of what is appropriate. I propose two demands. Moving forward. One, the immediate resignation of Chancellor Katehi. Two, all police forces ordered permanently off UC campuses. Chancellor Katehi and police forces are the primary threat to the health and safety of our university community. I love you all. Solidarity, comrades!
Hi everybody. My name is Pesha Ganti and I'm a professor in the English department at UC Davis. I'm joined by many of my colleagues here and we want to thank you for letting us participate. We are here to support the students of UC Davis. I'm going to read a short statement that our faculty is distributing widely. The faculty of the UC Davis English Department supports the board of the Davis Faculty Association in calling for Chancellor Katehi's immediate resignation. And for a policy that will end the practice of forcibly removing nonviolent student, faculty, staff, and community protesters by the police on the UC Davis campus. Given the demonstrable threat posed by the University of California Police Department and other law enforcement agencies to the safety of students, faculty, staff, and community members on our campus and others in the UC system, we propose that such a policy include the disbanding of the UCPD and the institution of an ordinance against the presence of police forces on the UC Davis campus unless their presence is specifically requested by a member of the campus community. This will initiate a genuinely collective effort to determine how best to ensure the health and safety of the campus community at UC Davis. Say it, don't spray it. Katehi, resign.
We support you.
He can wait like everyone else. Hey everybody. Alright, you may have seen a video that I posted screaming in horror as I watched my friends get pepper sprayed in the face. I told them to cover their eyes, to cover their mouths, and protect themselves. We shouldn't have to protect ourselves on this campus. I have an announcement. I had the privilege of building a 30-foot geodesic dome structure, and I will be building it today on this lawn. So that we all have a symbol of what happened, and it cannot be torn down. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. Thank you for being here.
My name is Winona, and I also have an announcement. I want to start a zine to spread information about this movement that has an incredible amount of momentum already. If you have anything you want to put in the zine, or if you have any sort of resources that could help me out, please email occupyucd.zine, Z-I-N-E, at zoho, Z-O-H-O.com. Thanks.
Hey.